It's the video that YouTubers around the globe don't want you to see. Introducing the masked content creator, who's daring to expose YouTube's most highly guarded secrets. You'll find out how YouTube superstars gain subscribers and views, how they create their videos, how to stay motivated, and even how they make money off their work. The YouTuber's code is finally broken here on YouTube's Biggest Secrets Revealed. Hi, it's me, and today I'm hiding my identity. I cannot reveal that I am Thought Slime, for if I did, my loved ones could be put in great danger of retaliation from the secretive order of people who make videos on YouTube, particularly the world's greatest criminal, Big Joel. I know what you're asking yourself. How long is he going to wear this mask to commit to the bit? Answer: not very long. Whenever anyone sees one of my videos, the first thing they say to themselves is, "What? That's it? I could do that." Yeah, obviously, anyone can do this. You might not succeed overnight. You might not succeed within the first year. Some people give up before ever succeeding at all. But if you want to try this, if it's something that interests you, go for it. What do you have to lose? I get messages literally every day, usually multiple messages from people asking me how to make a YouTube channel. And this video is me attempting to answer that question. Oh boy, it's raining so hard outside. Can you hear that? I can't answer it for each and every person that asks because it's a very vague question, and usually it leads to about 1,000 more questions, and it almost always means that people don't actually have a question and they just want me to coach them through their insecurities, which I can't do. Actually, let me start by saying nobody can do that for you. Not even you. Those feelings will be with you until you try and fail and then realize that failing, not that bad. If you learn nothing else from this video, I want you to learn this. If you want to start making YouTube videos, your first goal should be to fail. If you've been doing it for a while and feel like you're still failing and not meeting your goals, but you're still trying, congratulations, you're way ahead of the curve. You're doing the hardest thing in the world, something that most people would crumple under the pressure of. You're persisting. In any artistic field, and make no mistake, YouTube is an artistic field, that is by far the most important skill you can have. I'm going to use the word YouTube, I just mean online video, you get it. So aim to fail starting off. If you succeed by accident, that's okay too. Nobody's perfect. Try again. If you meet your goals in the first attempt, that means your goals probably weren't ambitious enough. You should have to grow and learn to meet your goals. My first goal on YouTube was to gain 100 subscribers. I thought I could do that after one video. It took me 4 months. You might breeze through that, or you might struggle with it for a long time. Who knows? So try and reach 100 subscribers on YouTube. And if you can fail at that for a while, bonus. There's a lot of bad advice about what one needs to start making YouTube videos, and if you're watching this, the niche you're probably interested in is leftist YouTube videos where people tend to value rhetorical ability over production value. Look online and you'll start to think you need a $1,000 camera, an XLR mic and professional mixer, studio lights, ring lights, soundproofing, an expensive editing computer, a teleprompter, a bunch of different lenses. And yeah, maybe you might want to pick some of that stuff up in time. You might not. But you don't need any of it to get started. You might not need any of it ever. Look at channels like Sean, the Human Skull, who just talks over a static image. Or Dan Arrows, the Human Historian, who just talks over a static image. Even people that do appear on camera sometimes use cheap equipment. Look at Jack Saint, he uses a little headset mic. He sounds fine. He's made it part of his aesthetic. I actually don't know if the headset mic was cheap. I'm assuming it was. This is a headset mic. Jack, don't get mad at me assuming your headset mic is cheap. I don't know anything about headset mics, I'm sorry. You only need one piece of equipment to get started, a decent microphone. Not an amazing microphone, just a decent one. I was lucky because I owned a Blue Yeti before I even started making YouTube videos. If you have the money, I would say go for that. But a lot of people will slag the Blue Yeti because it's really overpriced for what it is. And that's true, but you can't really put a price on ease of use, and the Blue Yeti you just plug into a computer and it record. And that's worth a lot to beginners. But guess what, dummy? You don't need a fancy $100 microphone to get started. The mic I'm using right now to record this, I bought for about 20 bucks on Amazon. And it comes with a little adapter that lets you plug it into computer or Canberra. The reason you need a decent mic is that people will put up with lackluster visuals, but they will bounce on bad audio. You don't need to sound perfect, but you need to be able to sound listenable. People need to be not annoyed when they listen to you. Keep in mind when I say that, that has very little to do with the actual sound of your voice. Most people, upon hearing their voice recorded, complain that it's annoying, and it almost always isn't. Your voice is fine. Don't overthink your presentation in your first video or your first few videos. They're likely to be some of your worst work because you're going to get better as you learn and practice. You might think, well, I want to make a good first impression on everybody. But over time, most people are not going to be introduced to your work from your first few videos. They're going to be introduced from your latest few videos. And that's likely to be your best work. I mean, not always, but usually. The important thing that you should be focusing on right now is your idea. Before you start writing your script, I want you to ask yourself one very simple question. If I were not me, and I wasn't already interested in this subject, why would I watch this video? Now, I don't think you should be led around by the nose by what other people want, but if your goal is to make your expression a two-way street, to make entertaining and engaging content, you gotta give people something, a little bit of that razzle-dazzle. I have a very particular sense of humor, and I make a lot of really weird jokes. I also have a tendency to wax poetic, and a lot of people respond to that. I lean into those things. I consciously write those things into my scripts, and also improvise them whenever I'm filming. Some people are very annoyed by both of those things, and will not enjoy what I do as a result. That is inevitable. I would rather make polarizing videos than boring ones. You can't please everyone. Does that mean you should imitate my weird jokes or my weird emotional tangents? Well, you can if you want, but I think probably you have your own set of skills that makes you very dangerous to people like me. I mean, sets you apart from other people on YouTube. It's your job to figure out what those skills are, and you might not do that for a while, so if it makes you comfortable to imitate the style of me or another YouTuber whose work you enjoy just to get started, do that until you've figured out your own thing. When people tell you that you're ripping off ContraPoints, and they will tell you that you're ripping off ContraPoints, they're just saying your video reminds them of ContraPoints, but they're saying it in a mean way. Personally, I'd rather you were jacking my steez and making videos than not making anything, but not making anything very originally. If you do my steez better than I do, I'm just gonna jack your steez right back, and I'm gonna get better as a result. That's how art do. Don't be scared to pepper in things that make yourself unique if you can. Can you do impressions? Can you sing? Can you make costumes? Do you do puppeteering? Can you draw? What do you got? What can you do? I bet you got something. You can probably do something. Each 150 words you write will translate to about 1 minute of screen time. You should aim for your videos to be at least 8 minutes long, and that translates to about 1,200 words. My videos are usually about 20 minutes long, so I shoot for 3,000 words. I usually go way over that mark and then have to trim it down because it's very difficult to be concise. You'll find yourself repeating yourself a lot, so go through your script and make sure you're not repeating yourself. Most people will get stuck at this stage, so here's how to avoid that. Give yourself a deadline after which you will stop writing, no matter how displeased you are with what you have written. Then make your video, start editing, and give yourself a date after which you will stop editing and publish the video, no matter how unhappy you are with the finished product. You're never gonna get your script or video perfect, and if you try, you're just never gonna release anything. A terrible released video is better than an incredible video that you never publish. Also, make sure to go over your script and make sure you're not repeating yourself. Okay, so you've made a video. Uh-oh, nobody's watching it. What a waste of time. Why did I listen to that cretin thought slime when he told me I could do this? Don't panic. This is easily fixed. And by easily, I mean very difficultly. For one, promote the shit out of your video everywhere you can, except places where it's explicitly against the rules, because that's just going to annoy people. And don't, for the love of God, do it in the comments of other YouTube videos. Nobody likes that. But go to relevant subreddits, go to Discord servers, go to like anywhere where people post video content and post it there. What do you have to lose? Want to know something I did when I got started? Here's a little hint from Thought Slime you can take to your brain. I made a Twitter account and I didn't have any followers on Twitter for Thought Slime, so I just started following Hundreds of people. Just anyone who I thought might even be slightly interested in the videos that I make. Click that follow button. And a lot of them followed me back. And then they started watching my videos. Now that might sound counterproductive, right? Because I'm making these educational leftist videos. Why would I want a bunch of other leftists who already know this shit to be watching these videos? There's a reason for that. The more your video gets viewed, the more your video gets clicked on, the more likely YouTube is to recommend it in the algorithm. So if you can get a few views from anyone, that's going to help your chances of being seen by randos. You need to advocate for your work because no one's going to do it for you. That means you don't ever disparage what you're doing if you want to get someone to look at it. And in this case, it's do as I say, not as I do, because I'm very bad about that. I mean, think about it. A stranger comes to you and says, hey, I made a YouTube video I want you to watch. It's really bad and the audio is really bad. I'm still learning how to do audio. And I don't know if I really made a good point and I'm still learning how to do this and it's kind of rambly and there's long periods of silence where I was trying to figure out what to say. And I don't know, it's kind of a mess. Are you gonna watch the fucking video? Are you gonna watch that? Do you know how many people I get messaging me saying like, hey, could you watch my video? It's not very good. No, why would I want to? Don't puff yourself up, don't self-aggrandize, but don't sell yourself short either. Let other people make up their minds about you. And now we have to discuss the #1 mistake I see YouTubers make all the dang time, every day. You gotta put some thought into your titles and thumbnails. I'm not exactly the master of this, but Jesus Christ, people. Let's say you want to make a video on, I don't know, the labor theory of value. You could just call it The Labor Theory of Value Explained. Nobody will watch that unless they're specifically looking for a video on the labor theory of value, and even then, what are the odds that your video is the one that served to them first? Now you could title it A Marxist View of How Value is Generated, but that's boring. I'm bored. Why not call it Why Your Boss is Stealing From You? Now, is that as accurate to the subject matter you're covering? No, but it's not completely irrelevant. And it's actual useful information in people's day-to-day lives. It's something that they might want to know, phrased in a way that they can understand without already being familiar with the subject you're trying to explain the basics of to them. As for thumbnails, make it something eye-catching. Do not make it just text. In fact, try not to have text at all if you can avoid it. Put in things like funny faces, bright colors, cute animals, anything that you think people are going to want to look at. Do you know how many YouTubers I come across who just have a bunch of auto-generated thumbnails of their own face? Like, why would you click on that? What do you get out of that? I'll give you 2 examples from my own work, one where I goofed this up, and one where I did it pretty good. One of the most thoroughly researched videos in my early YouTube career was this video about the J20 trials, titled The J20 Trials and Why You Should Care. Now, do you notice a problem with this? I doubt it, because it's difficult to notice anything about this. It's so boring. The title even tells you that you should care about it, subtly signaling to you that you don't care about it right now. And the image is just a general, like, socialist hand salute thing. If I were going to do this over, I would call it something like, if I were going to do this over, I would title it something like Criminalizing Protest, with a photo of some hands and handcuffs or something. That would get people's attention. That would be relevant to them, while still broadly speaking, covering the subject matter in the video. I wouldn't just expect them to get excited by the topic I'm introducing to them that they likely haven't heard about before. Because if they had, they wouldn't need to watch the video. Now look at this bad boy. Bright colors, cartoon face of beloved Simpsons character Clancy Wiggum. Very little text, just the letters ACAB. The title, All Cops Are Bad. Simple, to the point. I catch a lot of guff from people about this title. Some people complain that it's too aggressive. It's gonna scare away people who don't already agree with me. And I don't think that's true. I think the concept of saying all cops are bad strikes most people who don't know that cops are bad as absurd. And they'll want to click the video to know more, like why would someone think that? Well, let me tell you. Some other people complain that I changed the expression, which is usually all cops are bastards, to all cops are bad. That wasn't done to soften the phrase, as a lot of people assume it was. Actually, the more harsh and aggressive the phrase was, the better it would suit my purposes. The reason I did that was because it Swear words donk up the YouTube algorithm. I wouldn't get pushed in the algorithm if I had a swear word in the title. That's why. If you want your videos to reach a lot of people, you have to pick your battles. I'm comfortable explaining my position against the police without swearing if it means more people get to hear my position against the police. Don't stick too close to these guidelines because then you're just letting YouTube dictate your content, but sometimes you gotta grease the wheels a little. And it's my second most viewed video of all time, so I'd say that the strategy worked out. I hear from people all the time who had never heard this position before. And while the video may not convince everybody who hears it, it's gonna get them thinking about it at least. If I had titled it something like, An Anarchist's Guide to Why the Institution of Policing is Problematic. But that's boring. I'm bored. It doesn't matter how good your video is if nobody clicks on it, so give people a reason to click. And now a word from someone who did not sponsor us. Do you like video essays about pop culture intersecting with leftist politics dictated to you by NB Soft Boys? ThoughtSlime, are you just advertising yourself? No! It's Curio, baby! Fans of this channel will probably like his video, Spider-Man, a hero with bills to pay. You can find it in the description. He's Curio! He's only Curio! And now back to the program. Okay, so now you got some videos and you've even amassed a small following. But within that following are some real creeps and ding-dongs. Some people saying just the meanest shit to you, just being terrible. And I want you to memorize the following words and say them to yourself whenever someone is being a self-esteem vampire to you. I don't owe this person my time or energy. I'm gonna be straight with you. You will get haters. You will get people who pick on you, who drag you, who threaten you. And if you're any kind of visible minority, it's probably gonna be 10 times worse. That's probably the thing that people worry about the most when starting a YouTube channel. But with a few simple precautions, you can keep yourself safe and unstressed. First, YouTube lets you filter out words out of your comments. So put your name, address, phone number, place of work, and any other identifiable info about you into that filter so that nobody can dox you in the comments. Use two-factor authentication on any account connected or traceable to your YouTube presence in any way. Don't click weird links people send you. Don't open files and emails that they send you. Don't ever, even jokingly, say you're going to do something illegal. Because even if the cops aren't watching you now, and they might be, if they ever do in the future, they can and will use that against you in any court proceedings. So please, for the love of God, be just a little bit paranoid. As for dealing with the self-esteem impact, look, to some degree you have to have a thick skin to do this, but don't let anybody make you feel shitty. Block, delete, mute, kick, do whatever it takes. You don't owe anyone an explanation. You don't owe anyone a second chance. And let me tell you, deleting shitty comments feels amazing. This one dude is complaining that I delete too many comments, and I deleted his comment, and it was just transcendent. It was the best part of my day. You're gonna get a lot of feedback on your work, both positive and negative, and I'm gonna need you to ignore about 90% of the negative feedback. Unless it's something objective, like the time I uploaded a video with only the left audio channel, and I still haven't fixed it a year later, or if it's something thoughtless or mean-spirited that you did by accident or through negligence, like the time I accidentally implied that Michael Jackson bleached his skin to look white, when in actuality he had a disease called vitiligo, I think it's pronounced, that made his skin blotchy, so he just wanted to even himself out. That stuff you should probably listen to, but the majority of criticism you get will not be that valid. You'll step on some weirdo's picadillos eventually and get a 10-page screed about how you're a piece of shit because you called Bernie Sanders a sock dem when he's actually a dem sock. You swine. You cretin. Just be okay with that. Just be okay with random weirdos getting really mad at you for no reason. Learn to draw boundaries between you and your audience. Your audience cannot be your emotional support network. They cannot be your social circle. You need people in your life outside of YouTube. If you base your sense of self-worth on what strangers on the internet think of you, you're gonna mess yourself up real bad. I would suggest that you get a hobby that you can only do offline. One where you preferably can't check your phone. And also, this shouldn't need to be said, but your audience are not your sexual prospects. Whether you realize it or not, having a public platform carries with it certain social power within your community, and taking advantage of that power for sex is predatory. People might be made uncomfortable by your actions in ways that they are afraid to express to you. So don't do that. I really wish I didn't have to explain that to grown adults, but it just keeps happening. So you're finally ready to sell out. I mean, you know the drill here. Set up a Patreon, like mine at patreon.com/thoughtslime. You can set up a Ko-fi account, like the one I have in the description, where you can give one-time tips. Once you reach 1,000 subscribers and 40,000 watch hours, you can monetize your videos with AdSense. And believe me, it ain't much, but it helps. I do this for a living, but it took me 2 years and a whole hell of a lot of hard work and a whole hell of a lot of luck to get to this point. I don't like to take a lot of crap from people about the fact that I make money off of this work, because I believe the workers are entitled to the proceeds of everything they create. And that includes you. And a whole bunch of people agree with me, evidently, because they're paying me to do this right now, even though they'd still get it for free if they didn't. Making online videos isn't easy money. It requires a lot of persistence, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, some urine, a little bit of cum. Why did I have to make that joke? What did that joke do for me that is good? Even then, it might not ever fully work out for you. I don't think you should do this for the money. It should be first and foremost an artistic outlet, a way for you to communicate. But that's still work. And if you're working, you should get paid. I mean, you got bills to pay. Don't quit your day job, literally. If you have a day job and it's paying the bills, stick with that until you're absolutely certain you can survive indefinitely off of your online career, maybe even after that. That might mean that you're working 2 jobs for a little while. I did. That might mean that your YouTube videos have to take a back seat for a while. That's okay. That's happened to me in the past. Be safe, be careful, don't rush into anything. Don't expect YouTube videos to pay dividends immediately. It's going to be a hobby for a while, likely for a long while, maybe forever. Be comfortable with that. Enjoy that, because this should be fun. Your videos are going to be better if you have fun. You don't need to be on your grind all the time. Sometimes you can just make a silly video about Superman, even though you're pretty sure nobody in your audience cares. And that's okay. You got to do this for you, and people will respond to that eventually. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Sometimes it feels like you're not moving at all, like you're just screaming into the void. Nothing you're doing is making a difference. It can be tempting to just get high and watch skateboard videos for 8 hours, and if that sparks joy, go for it. If you're not making YouTube videos for yourself, if you're not enjoying the process, why do you even want to do it? Learn to focus on the things that make you happy and ignore the pull from others to do what they think they want from you. People can make their own fucking videos if they want something so bad. You're making what you want to make, and don't compromise on that, for anyone. Case in point, this video was my second attempt to write a video this week. I wasn't happy with the direction of the other script I was writing. I felt like I wasn't doing the subject matter justice, so I started over and made a weird thing that I wanted to make. You gotta do that sometimes. Can't all be miserable line-by-line slogs through a Ben Shapiro live stream where you give a dozen citations to counter the bullshit he's making up off the top of his head. That would drive you nuts. You might get to a point where you start to feel like you need to make a certain kind of video or videos about a certain subject, and you don't. Be creative, be flexible, try new things, see what sticks. Got a weird idea you think nobody's here for? You'd be surprised. 100,000 people watched me talk about Garfield pizzas, so who knows? Don't feel like you have to finish your 12-part series on the colonialist overtones of Crash Bandicoot if by part 6 it starts to feel like a chore. By the way, Wumpus Fruit, the United Fruit Company, there's a connection there somewhere. Think about it, follow the money. Chase whatever inspires you and you will make something better than whatever cookie-cutter garbage you would have made if you just did what you thought other people expected of you. No idea is too weird, no concept is too unimportant if you're passionate about it. While I hope you found this video helpful, I would like to extend an invitation to my fellow LeftTubers to make similar videos with their insights. I think this is a topic we all feel very uncomfortable discussing, even though it's very important, because talking about it makes us feel like enormous douchebags. And there's a reason for that. A lot of the ways that we grow on this platform inspire feelings of envy, competition, and hostility, no matter how hard we try to force ourselves not to feel those things. This is still a capitalist platform, and it will do capitalist garbage to our brains, hearts, and souls. There's a part of me that is upset when I see someone succeeding faster than me. And that sucks about me, but it's the truth. And I don't know any way to fight that programming, that impulse to jealously hoard my success, other than to be transparent about how I do these things and how you can do them too if you want. If you have any specific questions, emphasis on specific, you can reach out to me. Can't guarantee I'm always going to answer in a timely fashion or at all, but you can always reach out to me. That doesn't bother me. I'm a nice person, I promise. One thing I will not do for you though is read your script. I will never read your script. It's never happening. I don't have time to do that. Here's my advice on your script. Just make the damn video. Your script is fine. If you're comfortable showing it to me, you should be comfortable showing it to people on YouTube. It's fine. Make the video. Do it.
Do it. Do it. Make the video. Give in to your hatred.
Hey, thanks for watching my video. It's me, ThoughtSlime, again. I was the guy who was just talking to you a second ago. Now I'm back, but it's just my voice. Hey, I know I mentioned this earlier. Did you hear about patreon.com/thoughtslime? It's this cool website people go to where they give me money to make videos, and that's something you can do if you want to. I also live stream every 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursdays, playing some video games. This week it's going to be Slime Rancher, but by the time that you see this video, that will have already happened. So who knows? I'm a bit behind on Patreon doodles right now because I got a lot of new patrons in July, and that's a great problem to have. But unfortunately, I'm a little bit backlogged when it comes to the doodles. I'm trying. Normally, I would just stay up all night drawing doodles so that I could get them up in the video by Friday. But I'm not going to do that this week because that's an unhealthy habit to form. And also because I have a doctor's appointment at 9 o'clock tomorrow. So I don't want to be up too late. Sorry. I will get the doodles out soon. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best. Hey, does anyone even remember Magic's Biggest Secrets Revealed? That was like a TV event where like a masked magician revealed all the tricks that magicians use, and they pretended like he had to hide his identity, even though they were all like really obvious tricks that like no particular magician owns, just like public domain general tricks. Like, yeah, obviously that's how they cut a woman in half. They have two people in the box, and one wiggles their legs, and it looks like a woman's being cut in half, but it's not. Like, what did you think was happening?